Hey y'all, welcome back to the Hebert house. I have a special guest with me tonight. This is my handsome husband, and we are going on a date tonight. We definitely believe in the value of dating your spouse, and we try to go on a date at least once a month. Sometimes it's hard with a preteen boy, and like I've told you before, my grandmother who lives with us, so we kind of get dates wherever we can find them. And so we're going on a date tonight, and I thought I would take you guys along with us just to kind of show you what we do, and I wanted to kind of point out some of my favorite parts of our dates. But I thought before we went, we would tell you about our top three kind of favorite date memories. Okay. So we are going to tell you about three of our top three favorite date moments that we've had as a couple. Kevin and I have been married for almost 4 years, and so we've had lots of dates, but these are just kind of three that stick out to us. So the first one we are going to tell you about is was our date for my first birthday that we celebrated together, and Kevin had planned it. So you want to tell him what you had planned?
Well, of course I wanted to impress her, so I took her to one of the finer establishments in our town. It was also the most expensive dinner that I've ever paid for.
Not now, but it was then.
At that point.
At that point.
Before we went to Europe.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that we had a nice dinner. We ordered some wine. That sangria was awesome. If you live in Augusta, we're talking about Frogs Hollow, which everybody loves. If you're here visiting for the Masters, go check it out because it is incredible. So, sorry, what else? That's okay. You must get the Gouda mac and cheese.
Yes.
I wish I could have ordered it as an entire
I think
entree.
He still dreams about it.
But afterwards, I had hoped to take her to play mini golf. We had talked about that many times during our courtship, and I wanted to try to take her mini golfing.
Yeah, and of course I wore heels, which I wore a lot at this time, but it was so fun, and it was just so nice that he had put so much thought into the date. Like I said, this was my first birthday that we were celebrating together, and so he had just made it really special, and of course made me feel like $1 million, which he's really good at. So that was one of our first dates, but it was one of our favorites still. The second one we're going to tell you about was actually in London. We went to London earlier this year with another couple, and we did a 3-city kind of trip: London, Paris, and Barcelona. And in each trip, or each city, we scheduled a date night so that we weren't with the other couple one night. And so we got to kind of do our own thing. And just real quick, in Barcelona, we just explored on date night. In Paris, we pretty much did the same thing, just kind of explored. But in London, we had a specific plan. And I am a Yelper. If you want to follow me on Yelp, you can. I'll leave a link below. But I'm a Yelper. I love Yelp. I love researching places to go. And I found a place in London, and it was a steakhouse. And it was amazing. They have like only a couple items, right?
Yeah, maybe. Well, they have, obviously you get a steak, you have several sides to choose from, and that's pretty much it. That's all they have. One type steak, that's it.
Yeah.
It's just how you cook it is different.
Yes, and it's called Flatiron. The restaurant's called Flatiron. That's what they serve. And not only is the steak amazing, but y'all, they had these French fries, and they were the most incredible. I'm getting excited. The most incredible French fries ever.
You have to call them by their correct British name, babe.
What was that?
Dripping chips.
Dripping chips. And do you want to tell them why they're called dripping chips?
Because they're fried in the drippings.
The beef drippings.
From the steak.
Oh my God. They are like as gluttonous as they sound, but they were the best French fries ever, right?
They were delicious.
Oh my gosh,
we had
they
cream
were so
spinach.
good.
That was delicious.
Yeah. It was, all of it was just delicious. It's in the Soho district of London, and we took, what are those bicycle things called?
Rickshaw.
A rickshaw, which of course
Rickshaw.
Well, rickshaw here in the South, I think, which I had never taken before. So that was like a lot of fun. It was really fast. And we had taken that to dinner, and our dog is like making a lot of noise. We had taken that to dinner, and then we went to the restaurant Flatiron, which is in Soho. It's a tiny restaurant, and people start lining up really early. So if you're going to go while you're visiting London, I recommend going early. They do not take reservations, but it's worth it. So worth it. And then, do you want to tell them what we finished up our night with on our London date?
A Jack the Ripper walking tour.
It was so fun. So Kevin and I both have kind of this morbid curiosity about serial killers, and Forensic Files is one of our favorite shows. We love it, even though I am so paranoid and a scaredy cat. And so, with it being one of our favorite shows and kind of a thing we're interested in, we thought doing a Jack the Ripper walking tour was going to be so fun. And we were right. I'll link the one that we did, because there's a ton of them down below. And when you look at it, you'll kind of get to see why we chose it. It was really fun. What was your favorite part of the walking tour for Jack the Ripper?
Honestly, going through the back alleys, because it wasn't something that we would have done on our own. But when you're with a group of people and a tour guide, it makes it okay. But they were still very, just like they were in those times, very sketchy areas. Very sketchy areas.
And if you're a Harry Potter fan, you get to go down Diagon Alley, which I didn't know we were going to get to do. So that was really exciting. So yeah, that was our favorite date night when we were in Europe, and it was fun. It was obviously something we wouldn't do normally. Sorry, our dog is making so much noise right now, but it isn't something that we would do normally. I'm sorry, I keep laughing. We have him locked out of the room, and so he is literally just whining and begging to get in. Sorry about that, guys. Our dog was making so much noise, I had to let him in. But the reason why we love that date night in London is just because it's something you obviously can't do here in the United States, and it was something that we were both interested in and had a lot of fun with. Okay, and then number 3 is not really a specific date, but just a type of date that we really love. We love day dates. Every now and then, the stars will align, and Kevin can either get off for lunch, or if they close the office early because of a holiday, or if they're off for a holiday, then we will go on day dates. And we generally try to try local restaurants when we do these, and then we go antiquing, which Kevin has grown to love, right, babe?
Well, I like the oddities.
Yeah, he likes to find like the really weird stuff. What's the weirdest thing you've ever found at an antique shop?
When we were in Dallas, and they had all of the medical devices, and
they were so scary.
They had bones and stuff in jars.
Yeah, that was a really cool antique shop. I'll have to find out what area it is and let you guys know. But yeah, I think that just when we go antiquing or when we do our day dates, it's just kind of a slow pace. More so than like going to dinner and then having to get home and get ready for bed or getting kids ready or whatever. During day dates, you just have so much more time to enjoy each other, right?
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Heck, if you start a date at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, it doesn't really have to end until 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
That is technically true. One of our favorite things that we have done during a day date is we were able to go to a rooftop bar in downtown Augusta and have a drink. Now, it wasn't like lunchtime, y'all, but it was like probably like 3 or 4.
It was 5. They didn't open till 5.
Oh, well, there you go. It was not lunchtime. It was
Somewhere
socially acceptable times. But because we went so early, we were like the only ones up there. And that was awesome because we just got to enjoy each other's company. It was quiet and the wine was good. And you got to oversee all of Augusta, which we love. And so, going earlier, maybe it makes us grandparent-ish. We like to do things early because 1, there's discounts, and 2, you kind of get more time and more space because there's not as many people out. These people that go on dates after like 9 o'clock, we're in bed. So we just wanted to share our top 3 kind of memories or dates that we've had together. And we're going to go on a date tonight to a restaurant we've been wanting to try in Augusta. And we haven't really had a chance to. Our little boy is going to social, which is an etiquette class. And while he is there, we're going on a date. You ready?
Ready.
All right. We'll see y'all later. I love that Kevin still opens the door for me. He's done this since we started dating. And of course, before I even looked at the menu, Kevin knew what I wanted. I always get the shrimp and grits. So one of the things I love that you do is order for me while we're at a restaurant.
Well, I love telling you what to do.
That is so not true, y'all. You never tell me what to do. But
And you tell me first.
But I hate talking to the waitress. I don't know, it's just a thing. And so Kevin always orders for me. And what do I always get?
Shrimp and grits.
Yep.
Here's to one of our first date nights in a while.
Alright, so how was dinner, babe?
It was pretty good.
Yeah?
I liked the company.
But ask him what he's ready to go do.
Put on my stretchy pants.
It was a lot of dinner. Now, stretchy pants and wine at home are calling our name.
Nap time.
Best kind of end of the date. Alright, y'all, so we are back home. We have got our boy in bed, and we finished up some stuff, and now we are in bed cuddling with the dog and drinking some wine and finishing up our date night. As you can see, we've already gotten in our pajamas, washed our makeup off. Did you wash your makeup off?
Twice.
And so we're gonna finish this date night with some video editing, some packing list, and a little college football recap. We're actually watching an old game. So that's how we're gonna finish our date night. So I'm glad that you got to come along with us and share in some of our date memories, and I'm sure that you'll hear much more about them in the future.